Hello everybody and welcome to video 2 of the Donkey Kong Arcade Trilogy. This is Donkey Kong Jr., released in 1982. And this is where things are a little bit different here, and kind of ironic as well. Because you can see here that it's a little different from its predecessor, where it's, well, kind of platformy, but not quite so much though, because, I mean, we have these vines they can actually climb upon. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the whole setting itself. So, Donkey Kong, the one we already know, well, apparently he has a son named Donkey Kong Jr., so, wow, who did Donkey Kong fuck to actually, just conceive Jr. here? But anyway, so basically what the plot line is that, Mario, well, they actually just gave him the official name Mario instead of, Jumpman, so, yeah, starting with this game is now called Mario. So basically what it is that, Mario, well, he's actually the main villain of this one. Yeah, and a rather ironic twist, and, real big case of early installment weirdness, where we actually have Mario as the villain of this one. So what it is, Mario himself has actually kidnapped Donkey Kong. So, I don't know, I guess he must be tired of all the shit that, that Donkey Kong is putting him through, so he's decided to go and kidnap him. So, this time we actually get to play as Donkey Kong Jr., and so basically the whole mission is that we have to help Donkey Kong Jr. save his papa. So, yeah, that's actually what we gotta do. So that's actually, kind of weird, and, well, I mean, to be fair, though, this is actually way before that Mario ever found his identity, and so, of course, they would have to cast him as as a villain. I gotta say, though, in the commercials, he's actually a lot more, well, a lot more unhinged, I would say. If you actually just, if you guys seen the commercials, then, you actually just, hear how absolutely sadistic Mario was. Wow, that's like, that's like, if you're actually so much used to Mario how he was nowadays, then it's so weird seeing him in this kind of portrayal. It really is. So, I mean, unless if you want to say that Mario could be a separate entity, though, because I mean, that's what it is. Well, I mean, according to the lore of all this, which is kind of wild and a bit crazy here. So, so the whole thing with Donkey Kong Jr. is that, basically just get to the end of the stage. So, I mean, kind of similar to its predecessor, though, but, again, you just climb the vines in. You see these fruits right here. If you actually, well, not only can you jump over the enemies, but you can also just see these fruits, and then once you make contact with them, then they'll start dropping down, and then hopefully they could actually hit an enemy, and then that's how they die, so that's all there is, so. But that's all you gotta do. Just go through each level, go to the top, and then that's how you get to, DK himself. This game here consists of 4 levels. The first one is just, the basic one where we just climb over the vines. Second one is just I think it was called, like, bounce, or trampoline or something like that, though. It's, it's supposed to be some kind of bouncy thing. Third level that we just passed was Mario's hideout, and then the fourth and final level is, of course, where you had to climb these chains here, and we had to put the keys up into their own keyholes here, and then that's how Donkey Kong Jr. can save his papa. So that's all there is. There's still ways to go about it when you're climbing the vines or the chains. If Junior has both his hands in each one of those vines, then he actually does climb faster, but then he goes and he descends down fast, or descends down slower. But if he's just holding onto one vine itself, then he climbs up slower though, but he actually descends down faster. So it kind of goes both opposite ways. And there are a couple of enemies that you want to watch out for. The first one that's supposed to look like alligator or crocodile heads. Those are called the snap jaws, and they always like to go up and down on these ropes of the chains, and they will try to impede Junior's progress. The other ones are those birds that are called nitpickers. Nitpickers. So yeah, basically what they do, they just they watch the movies and they go and gripe and complain about one thing they absolutely hate. Hey, that's all of us, right? But no, they're actually just birds that'll try to, just fly in screen pattern here. And there we go. So yeah, that was that was how Donkey Kong Jr. played out. So we actually just beat the final stage, and then Junior got his papa back. Now, just like I did with the last game, I'm actually showing both modes. So yeah, just like with the last one, Game A would be the kind of the easy mode, while Game B is the harder difficulty. So. Yeah, just like before, I'm going to go ahead and show both those off, so I'm basically just, playing the same ones over and over, so. Yeah, Game B will definitely have more enemies you have to watch out for, and, yeah, that's basically all there is, just more enemies, so. And, yeah, just like with the, just like the predecessor, it's available in the arcades, and also this is the, and just like before, this is the, NES version that I'm playing on. I think, let's see, I think there's, other ports here, there was, let's see, one of them I know was from, for ColecoVision, and I think that's all I can think of is the ColecoVision version. But there's a couple other ports, though, but Probably doesn't really seem to be as many as its predecessor had, like, you know, with a shit ton of ports it had, like, even including the Atari consoles. And yeah, these nitpickers, yeah, you want to watch out for the eggs, because, like, they'll always, what they'll do is that they'll just make a beeline over to where you're positioned if you're going on these ropes up there, so, yeah, that's all there was to it, though. And, yeah, I guess that's all there is I would have to say about that. So, another thing about Donkey Kong Jr. is that, he's definitely one of the more obscure characters, I gotta say. Because after this game, you know, he actually did appear in a few other games, including Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, you know, the very first Mario Kart game. And he was also in one of the Mario Tennis spin-offs as well, but other than that, though... Oh, yeah, and he was also in the, Game Boy port of Donkey Kong, released in 1994, or Donkey Kong 94 as we really like to call it. Spoiler warning, I actually will be doing a Let's Play of that game, and I'm looking forward to that one because that game's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, these enemies here, those are sparks, so yeah, those you gotta watch out for as well. But yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a platform mess. Well, not so much platform mess, so you basically just climb the vines though, but I will say though, this game did give me quite a lot of shit though, because, you know, especially in the second level where you know, it took a long time for me to get through that stage because of how those birds were, and then having to go on the platforms, and also just like Mario or Jumpman himself, Donkey Kong Jr. like if he falls off like not even 6 inches and then he dies, so that's another thing to watch out for. So. And yeah, you know, that's also one of the more ironic things that, you know, this is only game number 2 in which Mario appeared in, you know, after his grand debut in the first Donkey Kong game. And, you know, and only in the second game that he appears in, and he's already the villain. Like, wow, that is truly a what the fuck kind of moment there. Now, I know you guys are probably going to be yelling at me in the comments, because, like, what you also can do is that you can actually just hold on both of those ropes where the keys are. And then you just carry up 2 at the same time, though. But it never crossed my mind to do that, so I just went for just the 1 key to bring up. So, but yeah, that's just basically all there was for this game. You know, just go to those 4 stages, and then just go to the final stage right here, just free Donkey Kong himself, and then yeah, that's all she wrote. So yeah, just like before, it's a very short game. I mean, you know, at least one more level than the NES version of the original. That's, you know, just because they got rid of the Pie Factory level and the from the arcade version of the original Donkey Kong. And yeah, not much there to say about that. So, like I said, this game can be pretty difficult too if you like, you know, especially with the amounts of enemies that'll keep coming at you, and also the gameplay shift could be a little bit it could be a little off-putting though. And, you know, I wouldn't really find this game terrible at all, though. You know, it's fine as it is, though, but it did give me a lot of shit, so, you know, if you're not really that much into that, you know, games that are insanely difficult. Also, Mario fell from a great height. Well, I mean, he still died anyway, though, so I guess it's kind of a reference or callback to how he dies, though. Although, the arcade version plays a little differently, though, where he actually gets back up on his feet, and so, like, you know, I guess he didn't really die from a great height, though, but this is a minute of the NES version, so it actually played just like how he would have in the original Donkey Kong. So, but yeah, that was Donkey Kong Jr. So yeah, like I said, I mean, it's not, you know, not too bad though, but it can be very frustrating at times though, especially when I was in the second level, because again, that did give me a lot of shit. And so yeah, that's just all there was, you know, just very very simple. So. So yeah, if you ever want to give the game a shot though, well, I mean, you know, if you ever go to your local arcades or any other arcades you come across, and it kind of seems a little hard to come by, though, because I haven't really seen as much of the arcade cabinets for Donkey Kong Jr. I've only seen them for the original Donkey Kong. Well, at least as far as I know. For the arcades I actually came across, though, and I only saw the Donkey Kong arcade cabinet. But it's available on the NSO for the NES app, or the NES Classic, so on the Nintendo Switch, or Nintendo Switch, too, you know, since the one I'm actually playing on, and using that nice CRT mode as well. But yeah, that was all she wrote, though. So, anyway, so in the next and final video of the Donkey Kong Arcade Trilogy, we're going to be looking at Donkey Kong 3, and this is where things get drastically different, and you'll definitely see once I show that one off. So, for next time, we'll be seeing that right here. So, I will see you guys for Donkey Kong 3.